Welcome back to my channel, Awash Does Sports. Today we're previewing the Matchday 11 games. We have Spain versus Saudi Arabia, Belgium versus Iran, Uruguay versus Cape Verde, and New Zealand versus Egypt. Without further ado, let's get into it. So here we have first game, Spain versus Saudi Arabia. And if you haven't been watching the World Cup, Spain drew their first match versus Cape Verde, making this group insane because everyone in this group tied their first game. So this is a must-win for Spain. If you look at how they are predicted to start, some of these will probably change. I think Olmo could come off the bench. Lamine Yamal, he came in the second half because he's coming off an injury, so they wanted to manage his minutes. And obviously with Cape Verde, I think they thought, they had an easy one there. So he's probably going to start in this game. That will change a lot. But again, this Saudi Arabia team is not terrible. So I would look out for them. What I'm looking for in this match is just how Spain attacks this defense. They had a lot of the possession in their last game, but they couldn't get through. I think with Lamine Yamal starting and, linking up with Pedri, Olmo, for whatever reason, I feel like always performs better in these kinds of competitions. So if he does start, look for him to be involved in maybe a setup of a goal or even scoring one. But I think this game is pretty much in Spain's hands with them needing a win. I don't see how they don't pull it off here. No offense to Saudi Arabia, but that's just my feelings. And I think they will win this game 2-0. Because the Saudi Arabia team's decent. And it could be a lot more, but that's my prediction. Now we're on to Belgium versus Iran. And for this Belgium team, you're going to look for them to make a lot of changes. I feel like Lukaku could be a difference maker in this game, especially going against this back line. He's just a physical presence. So they may start the Catalare, but look out for Lukaku to get some play. Obviously, you are not seeing Doku here. I think he's still going to be away from the team because he is going to see the birth of his child. So a big blow for them. But I still think that this Belgium team should be able to perform. However, this Iran team is good. So, with Taremi, I really like how he played in that first game. He created a lot of chances. Let's see where this game is at. It's in Los Angeles, in the United States. And Iran has complained about a lot of things with the conditions of where they're staying, how they have to leave right after the game and go back to, I think it was Mexico until this game. So they have not had an easy stretch here in the World Cup because of the ongoing conflict between the U.S. and Iran. So actually, I'm gonna meta game and go outside of the game of football and say, because of all those things they've had to be dealing with, they haven't been able to put the full focus on the game. And I'm going to go Belgium here, 2-1. Now we're on to Uruguay versus Cape Verde. And this Cape Verde team, if you haven't been watching, shocked Spain with a 0-0 draw in that first game. Leading to 40-year-old Vozinha to go from like 50K Instagram followers to now like 13 million. So he's killing it. For the rest of the team, though, I think they had a great performance. I think Spain underestimated this team and overestimated how easy they thought it would be to play against them. They did have a lion's share of the possession. They had a lot of shots, but ultimately they couldn't find the back of the net. With this Uruguay team, they had a tie in that first game as well, which is something that they did not want against Saudi Arabia. So I think this is a chance for them to get on the right foot. I feel like Valverde needs to have a much better game, and I think he will. I think he'll get on the scoreline for the first time in his World Cup experience. So look for Araujo as well to get some shots on target. and thing like that. I just feel like this Uruguay team should have majority of possession. They already had that weird game against Saudi Arabia where they got a lot of shots on target and had a lot of the possession. So I don't see this Cape Verde not making a mistake against two of the top teams in the world 2 games in a row. So I'm going to go with a 2-0 victory here for Uruguay. But love what this Cape Verde team has been able to do. And lastly, New Zealand versus Egypt. So this is probably the most fun game we're going to have today. It's the last game of the night at 8 p.m. and it's going to be in Vancouver. Hopefully their fans show up. I feel like the Canadian fans have not always shown up for this tournament. If I've seen empty seats, it's been when their games are in Canada, unfortunately. Not in Mexico. Honestly, not really in the U.S., so Canada, figure it out. So from this New Zealand side, I really like Just, who exploded on the scene in the first game with 2 goals against Iran, and then Wood, where Wood can hold up the plate so well. He's a really good number 9 for them. On the other side with Marmoush and Salah, I think they have been combining better as of late. Egypt should win this game. They just have to control these 2 guys and sing a little bit as well. I think they sneak another goal late for Egypt when, New Zealand's pressing forward. So I think it's going to be 3-1 Egypt. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.